Welcome to the channel, friends. So today's video is going to be covering the perceived differences between a Polaris Sportsman 850 and 1000 XP. Now, I also have other videos covering 7 likes and dislikes and also 5 annoying and poorly designed features of the Polaris Sportsman. So check those out. You might like those as well. But let's get into the 4 main differences that I can perceive as a difference between these two machines. We have here a 850. This is a 2020 Premium Trail, wife's machine, and then here is a 2018 Hunter Edition XP 1000 XP. Okay, so what are my perceived differences in here? So we have first noticeable difference between the 1000 and the 850 is that you're going to have an E throttle on the 1000 as well as a 3-mode switch, which ties into how that throttle reacts and how quickly it reacts to your input. I typically like to leave it in standard, but when I'm riding on the trail, I always put it in performance. You also have the option of work, which just slows down the throttle rate. That way the machine is not as jumpy or as on edge. But I like to run it either standard or performance. Now, the 850 has a mechanical throttle, which has a different feel for sure. Okay, absolutely different feel. This is a pure mechanical throttle with a cable. Now, on long rides, I will tell you, that mechanical throttle can wear out your thumb compared to the E-throttle. The E-throttle has less tension on it compared to the mechanical throttle on the 850. So this one, on long rides, is a complete pleasure to ride. You're not going to wear out your thumb. But on the 850, even my wife, tells me that it does bother her thumb after a while, okay, which is something that's just because there's more tension from the cable and there's more drag and resistance in that whole unit. So moving along to the throttle feel and clutch engagement, my wife actually prefers her 850 the way it takes off clutch engagement compared to my 1000. Even though they are similar, they take off at the same exact RPM. Stock clutches and everything, stock weights, stock springs, everything's the exact same. These two machines have the exact same clutch, part number for part number. My wife actually prefers her machine, says it takes off smoother than mine, okay? I don't know if that's just a perceived difference between the feel of the throttle and the weight of the machine, but I also notice it myself, and I think she's correct. The 850 seems like it has, smoother takeoff for whatever reason. I think it's just the mechanical, throttle and the way it engages. Moving along to the next difference that I noticed, so I have 4 in total. This is number 2. I would say is that this one here comes with 4 calipers, and the 850 only comes with 3. As you can see, there's one missing on the left here. They only give you 1 on the rear. So you have 3 calipers on the 850 and 4 on the Hunter Edition 2018. Now, Polaris changes year to year, the names, the amount of features they give you. They take away stuff, they add stuff, and then even though they might call it the same thing, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has the same things as the previous years have had. So be careful when you look up different year Polarises. They all have their own kind of like packages and trim levels. They're not consistent at all. So that's one thing that's a noticeable difference, is that the 1000 has 4 calipers, maybe because it's a faster machine, more power, and the 850 has just 3. The next difference that I notice is that the 1000 definitely has more top-end power, and the power band overall feels faster as well. So this machine for sure, the 1000, is a freaking monster and is absolutely bonkers. When you have it in performance mode and you hit that throttle, the thing just wants to take off and just keeps on pulling. Same thing with the 850. The 850 is not no slouch at all. The 850 actually feels like it has more torque. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if it's a combination of, like I said, that throttle feel, but the 850 has a different feel taking off between that throttle feeling and the way it just takes off compared to the 1000. It's hard to explain. I just know this because I have both machines and I use both machines extensively and I notice a little bit of a difference. It's not saying that the 1000 has less power. It's just that it has a different feel taking off. It's like that the ramping of the throttle is different because that's a mechanical throttle. I think it's more direct, and you get a more direct, instant throttle response compared to maybe the 850. I'm sorry, the 1000, which has that e-throttle and might have a built-in delay. I'm not sure. But there is definitely a perceived difference in the way it delivers the power right off the bat from a rest, from a stop. But like I said, both machines are monsters. The 850, like I said, feels like it has a little bit more torque, but the 1000 has absolutely no problem kicking people's ass and ripping their arms out. Okay, so moving along to number 4, the very last difference I noticed is that the 850 seems to have a smoother takeoff and belt engagement. So even though these both take off at the same exact RPM, they do have, like I said, the belt engagement feels smoother and quicker on the 850. And the 1000, it's not that it has a delay, it feels different, okay? That belt engagement, because of the e-throttle and maybe that delay, it definitely feels different. So that's one thing to consider, is that the 850 seems like it has a smoother takeoff, which is important to some people, especially if you're doing low-speed technical stuff. You might like the 850 more than the 1000. But like I said, the 1000, really, I can't complain about it. I have 100% confidence in this machine. My wife, she likes to drive her 850 because of that throttle difference, and really doesn't like to drive my 1000, even though she's totally capable of driving it. So that there, guys, is 4 differences that I have accumulated, perceived differences that I think are notable and that you guys might want to know about. If you have any other ones that you might want to mention, please place them right down below the video. And don't forget to check out my other videos as well, covering these machines. Check out my playlist on other Polaris upgrades and modifications. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.